Oh my god, I really needed this coffee this morning. Last night, my lovely puppy, Mika, decided that it would be in her best interest to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and start wailing. So I had to get up, obviously, to see if she needed to pee. It wasn't that. And then, so I just left her for a bit more because I don't want her to assume that whenever she cries that somebody will come and give her attention. But then she continued to wail for so long that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go sit with her and see if she's okay, like see if she's just anxious. So I just sat with her and yeah, she just petted her until she went back to sleep and then she was okay. But that pretty much took me, like, the entire thing took me like until like 3 or 3:30. So I am a little exhausted today, to say the least, but I think I have a pretty interesting day today in my marketing manager life. So I thought I would do another day in the life of a marketing manager, work from home edition, because obviously this is not the office. I didn't even bother to like really get dressed this morning. I just threw a comfy flannel over top my PJs. Oh, also this happened. Oops, didn't mean to flip you guys off. This happened yesterday. I smashed my finger, so typing is a bit of a pain today, but today is exciting because I think my website that I've been working on for the past like month or two is finally going to be ready to be launched, which means a few more rounds of testing and yeah. And then also I have a few calls today. I have a call with I have a call with our PPC team who is helping us manage all of our paid advertisement currently. I have a call with my content writer, Terry. So maybe I'll start working on the secondary brand's social content. Yeah, I have a few other like things to set up, like a G2 profile and a Trustpilot account. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to share today with you. But for now, I'm just gonna go through, organize my Notion because there's a few things I need to tweak, check my emails. I have a call my first call in 30 minutes, so we will get to that very soon. It's true. Very true. Yeah, feel free to test it currently. I think those pages, like simple professional stuff, it'll take us probably the next couple weeks to slowly build out because I need to get my content writer to write content for it, and then like yeah, just we need to slowly build them out. So they won't be all done like by the end of the week or something. It's kind of just an ongoing project for us. So feel free to test it and just send me any of your notes. If you notice anything, and then if you have like title changes or if you want like more content about anything, for example, just let me know and I can add that to our list. Just finished my first meeting. Oh my god, Mika was throwing a fit. You can hear her still, but I'm gonna take her out now. Definitely, again, this is like part of my realistic day in the life nowadays, now that I have a puppy. Actually, especially because I have a puppy, I'm taking her out tons. So yeah, that is my next little step here before my 10 o'clock meeting. I have 20 minutes. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, I have my second call now, which is with Terry, our content writer. I'll walk you guys through a little later, like what we are talking about, but hi. Good morning. You need to start getting used to using Slack. I kind of just do it whenever I have time, and if I don't have time throughout the day, I read like right before bed. So I'll just like make sure I read like right before I go to sleep. I'll work on that today and try to build it out. But we need to essentially figure out content for Truly Small. So I thought I would quickly go over what my last call was all about and walk you through, yeah, just like the call itself. So the call I had was with my content writer, Terry, and I mentioned in my last day in the life of a marketing manager video that I've been working on the new branding and website and all of that, like content and all of that for a new product that we're releasing. So this new product will have entirely its own like website, blog content, social content, etc, etc. So because it is entirely its own brand and it's all new, we haven't really established what kind of content we want to write for it yet, as well as like, you know, the pillars for content writing, as well as the pillars for social. We still needed to establish all of that together. So in this call, we tackled a few things. One, we created a new workspace in Notion, which I will show you guys. We created a new workspace in Notion so that we can start to brainstorm together all of the content pieces that we want to write. Created a bunch of different views that we'll be using throughout this process. But more importantly than that, we created the content pillar categories that we will be writing to. So starting your business, obviously there'll be a product updates category, customer stories, grow your business, tax hacks, and remote working. So those are some of the main topics that we want to start covering within our content. We can add to these categories later on as we go along if there's new categories that come up that we want to really focus on, but these are kind of the main ones that we want to at least show visibly on the blog page, which this is something that I'll have to take into consideration when I actually build out what the blog page looks like site-wise. We also split it into content types, so blog posts, gated content, website copy. There will probably be more content types later on, but for now, these are the ones that we are using. And then as you can see, we've created like a Kanban board so that we can start working on this. And then something else that we are also building out right now is the social strategy. So our content pillars for social are going to be based on these 4 kind of areas, which is educate, inspire, promote, and entertain. And then under entertain, I showed like a few examples. I wrote down a few examples of what they could be. And then when you were actually breaking it down into specific content types, there are blog posts, external content, TSB, which is like promoting our actual product, past blog posts, which is something that we feature so that we can kind of like gain more traffic in our past blog posts, customer stories and case studies, inspo quotes, quick tips, and product showcase. And then what I'm going to do is go through and actually fill in like day by day where that content fits in so that we can build a weekly schedule. It's just important to actually build out the pillars so that it gives anybody who touches this project direction when they're actually creating content. So this is probably something that I will review with my CEO as well as with Garrett, who is helping us out with our branding, just to make sure that we're all aligned, that they agree with these content pillars, and then we can kind of go from there when we're actually creating the content. And then from this call, I have a few actionables that I need to add into my own like Notion workspace to make sure that I do not forget them, which are creating an account for Terry, so making sure that she has access to our new WordPress website, creating the actual blog web page, so laying that out, what is that going to look like, etc. Setting up those categories within WordPress, and then starting to look at creating social content. So that is where I am right now. As far as the rest of my day goes, I need to prioritize a few content pieces for Kashoo, which is our first product, our main product, and then building out that blog page. I think those are the 2 things that I want to focus on today. Oh shit, I also need to... Good morning. I was wondering if we could... Okay. And then I'll need to implement any more changes that I get from today's kind of tests of the site so that we can set this live. Oh my god, I cannot wait to let this go live. There are a few things also I need to check actually. I'm just gonna right here. Check TSB analytics to make sure that they're set up properly. Yeah. So those are all of the things that I need to work on today. So I think I'm gonna get started on building out that blog page and making some edits to the site. And I will check back with you guys in a bit when I kind of like switch directions with what I'm doing. Hello, I am back. I just finished some lunch. I just had some udon from this restaurant called Japanese Rice Bowl Association here in Vancouver. They make like really delicious like Japanese food in like kind of like meal form. So it's like a rice bowl or like bowls of noodles and stuff like that. So I love ordering from them. It's like affordable. It's a really filling meal. It's delicious. So yeah, that is what I had for lunch. I'm back working now, and I'm actually working on that blog page that I was telling you guys about, and I'm just going through Dribbble right now and just trying to find some inspo to how I want the blog to look. I've also started to look at what the blogs of our competitors look like and how they organize their content. When building out a blog page, you really want to take into consideration those categories I was telling you guys earlier and how we want to showcase that content and organize it. So I'm looking at a few different pages right now, which I will show you guys quickly. So here is one from Bench Accounting. So they have this little like navigation bar up top here, which just takes you into the individual like categories. Here is FreshBooks. This is all of their content. It's a lot of cards. I'm noticing most people organize their content in cards. So this is like a card. These are more cards. And then here is &co's freelance blog. Again, it is kind of in this card format, but this one just doesn't have like a border around it. I kind of like the mix of, okay, so that's like just the first or most recent blog post. I kind of like the mix of 3-column and 2-column content. I think it kind of looks good in this way. Growing your business. Here is my search in Dribbble. I haven't really dug into this too much yet, but I do like how a lot of them have like a feature post, which is usually their most recent post, and then they delve into more posts. So maybe that's something that we will try. I think I mentioned this in my last day in the life, but we are using the Elementor plugin for our website building, which for some reason I can't seem to find some of their features.
In the section settings, in style, I'll give it a really light background color.
In the video, they have this setting called image ratio, which for some reason I can't seem to find. Maybe it's because I have masonry on. There we go. It's because I have masonry on. So we're going to edit the image ratio. So 0.25. Yeah, so pretty much this is what I'm fussing with right now. I might actually just come in here and draw out what I want it to look like. Sometimes I do my wireframing in Figma, sometimes I just draw it out. Today I think I'm just going to draw it out on my notebook really quick. Oh, there's my boss. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I almost forgot about my 1 p.m. call, but that was my 1 p.m. call. It was just a quick check-in with my boss. Usually the 1 p.m. calls on Mondays are a little bit longer, a little bit more intensive, but since I have a lot on my plate right now and I'm pretty, I have a pretty good idea of where we need to go and what are the next steps. So that was just like kind of a quick update for him to be like, I mean, you heard him, like, do you need any help? So yeah, okay. So I'm going to just quickly think about how I want my blog to be laid out. So since most of my website is center aligned, I'm just gonna draw out the menu right now. So most of my website is center aligned, so I do want to keep it center aligned and do the title aligned. And then underneath that, I think I will maybe do like a 2 or 3 line description and then automatically go into the different categories. So the ideal format, I think, is if I'm able to, let's see, I'm just kind of scrolling through. We can do, I couldn't figure out how to make the image left aligned, although, I'm trying to figure out whether I want the, like, blog, the initial, like, first blog post to be image on the side, title, description, link, like so, or if I just want to do it simpler, in a simpler manner, and just do image on the top, and then title here, some lines of text, and link. This is a little bit more compact and ideal. This is just a method that I can do right now, like on my own, and I won't need anybody to change anything for me. I think ideally we do want to have it so it is left aligned with the title, text, link. So this should fill up like the entire span of that first section, and then we'll do, or we can do 2 cards underneath. So 2, so this should actually, so these would be left aligned, so 2, and then we'll do 3, which I don't know if there's necessarily a point in splitting up the content that way, but I think it just makes the page a little bit more interesting to look at, right? And then I think moving on to the next section, I think I said I liked how, okay, I like how on FreshBooks it says where small business owners learn to thrive. So I like how it says that, and I might incorporate something like that into the title rather than it just saying truly small blog. After the different categories as submenus, I want to definitely do a section here, whether it is for do ebooks or guides, and then break it down into, actually if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to have a button in the middle that says see more, and then over here we'll do these, and this is going to be that 3 card layout again. And then product news, same thing, 3 card layout. I think that is how I want to lay it out. So you're going to start working on this and building it up. Also, if you guys are wondering what Mika is doing, I have this camera that I put in my living room so that I can see what she gets up to, but this is her right now, just curled up in the corner of her room. She really likes curling up in this corner. She also has her little crate here. Sorry, my little phone stand is not very stable, but she has her crate here, and then I just kind of fenced off this whole area for her, but this is her right now. Oh, hi Mika. I'm gonna go check on her actually. Okay, I'm closing in on the end of my workday, and I finished building out that blog post page. I got to about here without the sub menu because we just don't have any blog posts yet, so I'm leaving those out for now in case somebody lands on our page and wants to click into it. I don't want them to like click into it and be like, what the fuck, when it doesn't take you anywhere. So far, because we just don't have any content, the page actually looks blank. I'm not going to put the page on our navigation, our main navigation, until we start populating this site with content. So that's how far I've gotten. I got some more testing like notes to go over. So I go to my drive. So I got my testing manager to add in some more notes. So I'm going to go through the notes that she gave me. I'll just show you kind of what these notes, I'll quickly just show you guys what these notes have been looking like so far. So like for example, on displays with a narrow viewport, the template options merge together, or here. Those are the ones that matter the most in this page. Slight alignment issues at bottom. So I have a bunch of these to go through. So I'm just going to look over this, see what other changes I need to make to the site, and then I'm just gonna set it live today because I think it's pretty much ready to go. It's gone through pretty extensive testing. I think there's been like at least 6 or 7 pairs of eyes that have looked over it now. I've made a lot of edits, and I think it's just time to get it out there so people can see it. So I'm gonna go through these changes and just look at the ones that she just added. Those are the ones that matter the most. Okay, I don't know what she's talking about here, so I need to go to the site. I'm also keeping a close eye on Little there right now because I gave her a Kong with some pumpkin in it, which is something that she really likes to eat, and it's good for her tummy. So I'm just keeping an eye to make sure she is still working at it. Oh, she's gonna get it all over her bedding. It's okay though. And that she's not freaking out. I put her inside of her crate. I'm really going deep into the crate training now, so I'm just gonna watch her for a bit, and then as soon as she shows that she is not enjoying her time in the crate, I am going to let her out before she can start whining, so that I can really start to anticipate her needs, and then so that she will start to feel like I am anticipating her needs. So set her up right in front of my screen. This has like quickly become a day in the life of a marketing manager, but also a dog mom. So I hope you guys enjoy the extra little bit of content pieces that I'm putting in. Okay, I think it's time to wrap up my workday. I got those edits in before I finished my day, so that's good. I'm not, however, going to set the site live quite yet because I just feel like there are a few things that I need to make sure are great before I set it live. So I'm thinking probably more so like a tomorrow morning kind of timeline for setting it live. But I thought I would just go through my to-do list with you guys so that I can move a few things into my completed bucket and just kind of wrap up my day with you guys. So build blog page, I did that. I'm gonna put that as completed. January content Bible, I did not have more time to work on that today, but I will be working on that probably all of tomorrow, as well as getting, I'll just put it in here, first product updates blog post. To do the first actionable step as ask developers for release notes. So by the way, since I'm like going through my Kanban right now, this is the book that I am currently reading. This is Getting Things Done by David Allen. The reason I picked up this book is because when I was going through and looking for Notion templates and like how the productive, creative people on YouTube that I personally watch use Notion. So one thing that I found in common was that, well, actually, there was a lot in common between all of their Notion boards, and the common denominator between all of these people, because they create very different types of content, they're in very different career fields outside of YouTube, the common denominator is that they all read this book by David Allen, and they all highly recommend it for those who are looking to develop like a solid system to organizing your work. So Getting Things Done, it literally says the art of stress-free productivity, which is so funny that this is the first book that I'm reading this year, because that is one of my goals in kind of my own words. Go to my 2021 vision here. It says, well, for one, it says take a step back and see the bigger picture. Don't get so caught up in the grunt work. But specifically, I have here, learn to focus. Ask yourself, what's the point? So there are a few other goals in here, like learn to finish what you start. That also kind of fits into what this book is teaching me, but I am very, very, very glad I picked up this book. I think it's going to be one that I'm going to keep around and reread a bunch of times. I am about, I want to say like just under halfway through the book. I've made it through this much, and I've already learned so much. There's been so many actionable steps already. This has been like probably the most actionable self-help book that I've ever read. And he even mentions it in the book, like people have said to him that the second or third time that they read it, they were still able to continue to work on their systems and their own productivity. So I don't think this is like a one read, you read it once over and you've got a system and you're good to go. Like, it's something that needs to constantly be worked at, and I think I will learn to understand each of the actionable steps more and more and build on it more and more as time goes on and as I reread. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this book to anybody, actually to everybody. Like whether you have a lot of to-do list items on your plate like I do, whether you are just starting in your career, whether you are in school and you just need a way to like manage your stress, like I think this is really, really great. Like it applies for more than just work. I think it applies for life things, for goals as well. So yeah, if you're wondering what all these things I'm talking about, like what is the next step for this specific item? It's just little things that I'm trying to apply from my Getting Things Done GTD system. So that's my little sidebar for this video. But so first product updates blog post, the actionable step is ask developers for release notes, and I'm just gonna set that as my tomorrow, like something to do tomorrow. And then let's see, TSB mobile version. Okay, I need to put that in the pipeline, and I think the next actionable step would be to audit mobile site all the way through. Create WordPress account for Terry. I was able to do that today. Set up categories. I'm gonna put that in priority because that's pretty self-explanatory. Create Kashoo content workspace. I'm gonna put that in priority as well. Copy copy TSB workspace. Invite Terry. Those are the two that I need to do. Kashoo TSB plus classic price page. Fill in TSB content Bible. Okay, fill in TSB content Bible. I'm gonna put it in pipeline, and I'm going to put the actionable step. Have a meeting with Garrett to go over content Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I've completed today. I've got a few outstanding, like, longer term things that I need to work on tomorrow, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little short day in the life of a marketing manager, work from home edition today. If you guys want to see more, I will link the playlist with all of these little day in the life of a marketing manager episodes below. And then in that same playlist, which is just like my career videos playlist, there are a few other videos if you guys have questions, like what my educational background was, what my career story is, all of that is in that playlist as well, so feel free to take a gander. But that is everything. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video.